Ian, thank you much. The deadline for the real ID is quickly approaching.
Yeah, and you are going to need it when you're flying within the country starting May 7th. That date has been changing. It's finally coming up. So on your side, Susan Campbell is joining us this morning. She actually spoke to the TSA. I know a lot of folks have questions, so she's getting some of those answers for us. And this is called a stall, when we're just waiting for the camera to move. And anyways, Susan, I know you've been digging into this, and one of the big questions is this going to really happen on May 7th?
Yes, by all accounts.
Okay.
This is actually happening. TSA says they are ready for this change. They want you to be too. We have learned Arizonans are actually getting the message. More people are getting their real ID so they can keep traveling, but there are still a lot of people who haven't updated their IDs. According to ADOT, 5.07 million people currently have a standard Arizona ID, while 2.51 million people have real IDs. A few months ago in November, less than half of people getting an ID in our state were choosing the real ID. Well, now that's up to 65%. What happens on May 7th if someone shows up for a flight and they don't have that proper credential?
So a couple of things. One is that there may be a grace period where people will have additional checks required, but it's not a fast process. So if people get here and they don't have enough time, they will miss their flight. Some people will be denied entry to the checkpoint if they don't comply, so therefore they will not be allowed to fly.
Fast forward to May 7th. What are you expecting out of checkpoints?
Compliance. We're expecting travelers to understand that they're required to present a real ID.
To get through TSA security, you can also use your passport card, military ID, or other global entry identification card. But if you want that real ID, my partner in crime, Gary Harper, did a really great breakdown of everything you need to know, all the documents, how to set this up. It is a relatively simple process. You need your birth certificate. You need, so you can request a copy from the state where you were born.
Oh my gosh. Let me write this down.
I just did this for my husband because we didn't have his birth certificate either. So I just contacted the state of Ohio. It was super simple. It was an online thing and it came within a week. So
it shows
get
up in the
it
mail.
done,
Get that birth certificate, a couple things to prove where you live, your address, and you need your social security number. So you go to the MVD with all of that information and you get the real ID. You look for that little star.
Okay.
All right. You need it May 7th.
I know. All right.